Welcome to our science session. So let us continue with our chapter Nutrition in Animals. So I hope children you remember in the last session we discussed about the digestion in the humans. So there I have discussed about the different organs present in the digestive system. So in this session let us study about the mouth and the buccal cavity. So the food whatever we are taking into our body, we take it through the mouth. So mouth is the first organ where the food enters into the body. So the process of the entering of the food into the body, we call it as ingestion. So once the food enters into the body, it through the mouth, it is chewed with the help of the teeth. Okay, so we have different tooth present in the set of the teeth. So you can see here children. So we are having this set of a teeth. So separate teeth we call it as a tooth. So these teeth are different in the appearance and also in the functions. So in the first set of teeth, the first four teeth in front of the mouth. So you can see here, you can observe these. These are called as incisors. So in the upper jaw and the lower jaw, we are having the first four teeth. These are called as incisors. Okay. So behind the incisors, we are having canines. So you can observe here, behind the incisors, you are having the canines. So these canines helps in tearing and piercing, and these incisors help in cutting and biting. Okay, so whenever you eat the apple, you will bite it now. So you can bite with these incisors. So canines help in tearing. That is when they eat the flesh is teared with the help of these canines. So behind the canines, we are having molars and premolars. Okay, so this is the premolar. Behind these are the molars. So these are used for grinding and chewing the food. So this is the set of the teeth, the upper jaw and the lower jaw. So singularly we call it as a tooth. So these are the different types of teeth. Okay, incisors, canines, molars and premolars. So children, you understood different types of teeth and their functions. That is, first incisors, they help in cutting and biting. Okay, so whenever you eat the food, the cutting and biting process is done with the help of incisors. So second comes the canines. So canines help in tearing and piercing the food. And last tooth, they are molars and premolars. So they help in grinding the food. So all these are the different sets of tooth present in our mouth. So whenever you can also feel it. So you can go in the front of the mirror, you can wash your hands and with the help of your index finger, you can feel your tooth separately. Okay. So which are the incisors, canines, molars and premolars, you can check. So usually in human beings there will be two sets of teeth. So in the infancy stage, at the age of 1 to 5 years, that is from 9 months baby only, they will get the teeth. So those are called as milk teeth. So these are not permanent. Okay. So these milk teeth fall at the age of 6 to 8 years. So then we will get the permanent teeth. Okay, we will get the permanent teeth. So these teeth will be lifelong. Okay, it may fall because of the old age or because of the dental diseases. But these are the permanent teeth. And milk teeth usually it falls at the age of 6 to 8 years. So you can see here the set of the permanent teeth here. Okay, these are the permanent teeth. So milk teeth usually falls at the age of 6 to 8 years, and usually we get the tooth decay. So you can see here children, there is a cavity in the tooth. So you will visit the dentist to cure this tooth decay. So why we are getting this decay of the tooth? Because of some bacteria. There are some bacteria in the mouth, so which when we eat some sugars or chocolates, what happens? These bacteria break down that sugars and they convert it into acids. So these acids will cause the tooth decay. So children, I suggest you to brush twice a day, or else you can use the dental floss and rinse your mouth so that your tooth will be clean. So you can do that. So otherwise you will get like this tooth decay. Sometimes it will be very horrible, no pain. So you should always keep your mouth and buccal cavity clean. So the next organ present in the buccal cavity is the tongue. Okay. So tongue is also very important organ. So as you know, tongue is a fleshy muscular organ which is attached to the back floor of the buccal cavity. So usually this tongue is free in the movement. Okay, you can see while talking the tongue moves freely. So what are the functions of this tongue? So tongue helps in talking, as you know, because it helps in the free movement, because it can move in any direction. So that is one of the function. And another function of the tongue is, so whenever we eat the food, the saliva is mixed with the food. It helps in mixing the saliva with food and swallowing the food. So that is another function of the tongue. And the third important function of the tongue is, it helps in detecting the taste of the food. So you can taste the food, whether it is sour or salty, and whether it is sweet or bitter, with the help of the tongue. How you can taste? Because there are taste buds. There are taste buds on the tongue. So these taste buds help in detecting the different types of taste, like sour, sweet, bitter, and salt or salty. So there are different tastes here. So tongues help in detecting the different types of taste. So these are the different functions of the tongue. So after mouth and buccal cavity, we will study about the food pipe and the esophagus. So after the food is chewed, it enters into the food pipe and the esophagus. So you can see here children, I have already shown you, this is the food pipe or the esophagus. So once the food enters into the mouth, it is chewed here, and the swallowed food enters into the food pipe and esophagus. So the food pipe runs along the neck. Okay, so here to the chest, it runs along the neck. So food is pushed down by the movement of the wall of the food pipe. So that movement we call it as a peristaltic movement. So by this movement, the food is pushed along this food pipe. So actually this movement takes place throughout the alimentary canal. That is, when the food enters here, from there onwards the movement goes on continuing until it enters into the stomach. So at the time, some of the times the food is not accepted by our stomach here, and it is vomited out back to the mouth. Okay, sometimes whenever there is indigestion, okay, so whenever there is indigestion of the food, or because of the food poisoning, the food is not accepted by our stomach, it is vomited back again. You can remember some of the instances like about the vomiting. So when you have vomited, whenever there is indigestion in the food, or whether there is a food poisoning. So this, after chewing the food enters into the food pipe and esophagus, and the food continues through this pipe with the help of a peristaltic movement, and it enters into the stomach. So next organs about the digestive system we will study in the next session. Thank you.